Hey guys, it's me. I'm back with another Rebel Teacher interview. If you remember, we are interviewing teachers that are out there in beast mode right now, just being awesome and serving their students and getting us through this COVID situation. So I have got Lynn Fletcher with me today from West. So Lynn, will you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Good morning, everybody. A lot of you probably know, and some of you probably don't. I started out as a physical therapist. I worked for 15 years in every physical therapy scenario possible, I think. I have an advanced master's in sports PT and was an athletic trainer as well. I have, in the past couple of years, retired that license, but I still work as a physical therapist. I did everything from being a staff therapist to working at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill with their sports teams. I mainly worked with football. And so I have Gator Bowl and Peach Bowl attire from 30 years ago. 30 years, don't tell anybody. But I then, right before my husband and I left Tennessee, I was running an outpatient services for a large hospital conglomerate, Mountain States Health Alliance, there in Johnson City. And I did all of the outpatient therapy services. And so all the therapy clinics and the respiratory clinics and several doctors' offices reported to me. And I started guest lecturing at the athletic training school and at the PT school at East Tennessee State and really liked teaching. So I had actually been accepted into their microbiology department for their doctoral program and was going to sort of go that route and get my doctorate, and hadn't really decided if I wanted to teach with that or if I wanted to do microbiology, but, was looking at those two avenues. And then we moved here. And so there were no therapy jobs really in this area when we moved here. And so I ended up working at a nursing home, which is in my skill set, but not my favorite skill set. And so the principal that was at West Brunswick at the time was like, "Hey, we have a science job." And I'm like, "I have never taught high school students. I've, taught college students, but I've never taught high school students. I wouldn't, and I've only taught like PT and athletic training. I don't know, like if I could do that other." And she was like, "Well, you should try it." And so I thought, well, why not? And I got in there and I loved it. And now my full-time job, and I still do a little physical therapy in the summers on the side, or just to keep my skill set fresh and everything. But teaching is just sort of what I love to do.
That's awesome. What a great story. So we are kind of all rebel teacher superheroes, if you will. What is your superhero power in the classroom?
I guess if I had to pick something that I was just sort of good at, I think it's developing relationships with the kids. I can sort of, reach just about any kid, from, the kid that thinks they're smarter than everybody else to the kid that, hates school, hates people, hates life in general. And I think that's probably one of the things, probably would be my superpower, is just trying to get in there and meet the kid wherever they are.
Awesome. So you already kind of answered why you got into teaching or what made you become a teacher. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. And what keeps you in teaching? Why do you still teach? You have a degree in something else.
Right.
What keeps you in the profession?
Sometimes I think it's that career in something else that keeps me in teaching.
Mm.
I never, I never feel stuck. I feel like, that a lot of times I could, walk out the door at 10 o'clock in the morning, and by lunchtime, I could be working another job. And so sometimes I do think that's the thing that keeps me there, is knowing that I could do something else. But obviously, I have become very aware in the past couple of weeks that the reason I do this is definitely the kids. And I put out a video yesterday begging the kids to just come to office hours on Zoom and just talk to me. Just, because I miss them and, miss seeing them and talking to them and knowing what's going on in their lives. And, it's just, they're really the reason that we do this. Whether we love our subject and content area or not, it's really the kids.
Yeah, I totally agree. 100%. So you're a Trojan, you're at West. What is your favorite thing about your school?
It would have to be the science department. I love West. I love the kids. They're a unique blend. I think every high school has its own little personality, but I think that one of the things that I, definitely love other than the kids are the science team that I work with. They're awesome. Most of us have been together for at least 10 years now. And, those that have come in have in the past 3 or 4, 5 years have just blended in well. And we're just, like a big family.
Yeah, I totally agree. And so the last question, since we have been on quarantine, we have learned all kinds of new tools and put things in our pocket for next year. What has been your most favorite tool to use and why?
Okay, so as many of my coworkers will agree, I am not the most tech savvy, and don't always like technology. But I've been forced to use Google Classroom. That's been a new thing for me. I've liked that, but I think my favorite thing was Screencastify. It has just enabled me to feel like I'm still sort of giving some knowledge or some information in a way that I still feel comfortable with, and just being able to sort of put information out there in a way that I feel comfortable that I'm getting across what I want to get across. So that's been my favorite.
Yeah, that's a great way to connect with students too,
Mm-hmm.
so they can still see our faces.
I know,
Yeah.
whether they want to or not.
Right. All right. Well, that's all I've got. Thank you for your time.
All right. Thanks, Jamie.